Thank you. On a recent trip, which involved staying overnight in a Midwest city, I arrived at my hotel around 9:30 at night and had just checked in when suddenly I remembered that I had not had time for dinner. I asked the bellboy, "Is there a restaurant in this hotel where I can get a sandwich and coffee at this hour?" Little did I suspect that this prosaic question was to lead me indirectly to the most deeply stirring experience of that day. "Yes," replied the bellboy, "up the street there's a place called Fred's. It doesn't look like much, but the food is sure good." I had no trouble finding Fred's place. It certainly was anything but prepossessing in appearance, inside or out. Sitting in a line at the counter as I entered were a bunch of seedy-looking old men. The fellow serving was a big bruiser with his sleeves rolled up, revealing great hairy arms. He had an ample apron tied around him. There was no style to this establishment whatsoever, but Fred turned out to be a very interesting person. More after this word. Alongside me at the counter was an old man who looked extremely miserable. He was sitting there with his fingers shaking. Whether he had got chilled, it was a very cold night, or this was some chronic nervous condition, I wouldn't know. But when Fred had put my hamburger down in front of me, he turned to this old man and said to him soothingly, "That's all right, Bill, that's all right. I'm going to fix you a bowl of that nice hot soup you like. That will fix you up okay." A minute later, another old man got up and shuffled over to where our host was standing to pay his check. "Mr. Brown," Fred cautioned him, "watch out for the cars out there on the avenue. They come pretty fast at night. And when you cross over the end," he added, "have a look at the moonlight on the river. It's a mighty pretty sight tonight." I stared in admiration at this burly dispenser of good food and good cheer. His kindness, gruffly voiced though it was, seemed sort of tender-like. As I paid my check, I couldn't help remarking, "You know something? I like the way you spoke to those old men. You made them feel life was good." "Why not?" was his rejoinder. "They're pretty sad old guys, but our place is sort of like home to them. Anyway, I kind of like 'em." Walking back to the hotel, I had a new spring in my step. Long day though it had been, I felt happy to be alive. It was good to meet a big, bluff, kindly man like that fellow Fred. He had the spirit. He loved life. It filled me with new happiness. Abraham Lincoln said it seemed to him that people, by and large, were about as happy as they made up their minds to be. In other words, happiness can be cultivated.